And hello YouTube, welcome back to a new Let's Play series here on the channel with me, War Master Yudi here. Now, I do apologize, let me get the update out of the way before we begin. I do apologize for not putting up any videos recently, but with Thanksgiving and Black Friday, and a combination of having to work on Black Friday and, this past weekend, I really haven't had a whole lot of time or motivation to make any videos, really. Black Friday wasn't as bad to work, honestly. It went a lot better than I thought it was going to. But this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, have been... the aftermath of Black Friday is quite... It's not fun to deal with. That's for sure. I really haven't been able to make videos recently just because I've had family over since I think Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday, because they came in Wednesday night and they left yesterday afternoon before I left for work. Yes. I do believe they left yesterday. So, I'm sorry, my memory's terrible. But what you're looking at right now is Total War Attila. Now, we are using the Radius mod, which is made by a guy called Radius, who's been making mods, I think, since the Radius mod since, I think, Shogun 2 is the earliest I've seen it. And what this mod basically does is it's a complete overhaul of the game and different, now, I was really wondering, in my last vlog, what kind of videos you all wanted. And I know, Royal Gamer, if you're watching this, as much as I'd like to do games like Rust and DayZ and maybe even Ark Survival Evolved, the problem with those games is that I don't really like playing those games by myself. Now, I know that they are online, sure, but DayZ is very difficult to play because, that requires me to have, the map opened up either on my phone or on another screen to figure out where the hell I am. And DayZ is just, it's massive and it's just not great to play those types of survival games without friends. So, Royal Gamer is supposedly going to be getting a better PC here within the next week or so, hopefully. I think so. At least sometime soon. By the end of the year, he should have a new PC or laptop to play on, which will be able to run these games. Which means that I will be able to do co-op with him on Shogun 2 and War Thunder and all the games that I usually play. So what I decided to do was to start a brand new Total War campaign, not stopping for anything, and put the Rome 2 campaign on hold for right now. We can restart it at any time if you all want me to, but for right now we're going to stick with Total War Attila. And then basically I'm going to stay with Total War Attila videos and also do Minecraft videos on the Victorian Kingdom with Royal Gamer and company. I'm probably not going to be going on to the server until probably Wednesday night, because tomorrow I close and I'm probably not going to get on tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes, though. We'll see how it goes. But yes, so let us get underway with this campaign. So as you can see, I have pretty much every faction pack available. So we have, of course, the Almighty Huns, the Western and Eastern Roman Empires, Sassanids, the Horde tribes, Barbarian tribes, the Viking forefathers, basically the Scots and the Irish. Then, of course, we have the Arabian kingdoms. So, I'm not exactly sure what faction that I want to really do. I'm kind of leaning toward, maybe a Roman campaign, but let me show you something here as I grab my Dr. Pepper. Let me show you why I don't play as the Western Romans to begin with. Do you see how much territory these guys have? Look at this. They have southern and central Britannia, all of France, Spain, Portugal, the North African coast, Italy, Corsica, Sardinia, the Balearic Islands. You know, Belgium maybe. I think that's Croatia. I'm not sure what this. I can't remember what part of the area this is. You know, but just look at that massive amount of territory they have. And you see the initial challenge? Legendary. The amount of nope that this screamed at me when I first played this game was astounding. And it still is. And the Western Roman Empire is in no way, shape, or form a cakewalk, because you've got barbarian hordes all around you. You've got unfriendly factions. Your only friend are the Eastern Romans. Now, the Eastern Romans are a little bit better. Mainly because they have a lot less territory, but, you know, their faction trait, the economic powerhouse, is plus 5% interest on treasury at the end of each turn. So what this basically means is that the more money you have in your treasury, the more money you don't spend each turn, you basically get some of that money back. So basically, the more you don't spend your money each turn, the more you get back next turn. Then, of course, you know, but we are probably going to go with a barbarian kingdom, or maybe a, like these guys. Like, I like the Ostrogoths because inheritors of Rome. They could basically recruit Roman units. Who is texting me? Fucking NFL Mobile. I need to get rid of that. I don't watch the NFL. We could do the Vikings. Oh, choices. This is a problem. I don't script this because I don't like having to write a script for anything. I like to just let it go free, you know. Just be free and whatnot. Open up our can of Victory soda here. Okay. So let's see. We got the Burgundians, the Langobards. The Beard Clan. Choices. I don't want to play the Huns just because Cav is, as far as I know, still overpowered in this game. Like, when this game first came out, cavalry was grossly overpowered. Like, it was astonishing. Like, what's that? You have an army of spears? Cavalry charge, kill everyone on charge. It was ridiculous. I mean, the Celts are kind of way up there in Britannia, though, so I mean... You know what? We'll play as the Irish here. The Abdonians. I'm saying that right, yeah? Yeah, Abdonians. So, we'll see how this goes. Try and conquer Britannia. So basically, Total War Attila is obviously very different from Rome 2 Total War. Total War Attila basically takes place during the event, basically the downfall of the Roman Empire. Or I shall say the downfall of the western portions of the empire, as most of you may be aware. The Eastern Romans eventually became the Byzantine Empire, and they survived until about the 1500s, I believe. Until they were eventually destroyed. I think it was like either in, I think it was by the Ottomans or the Turkish tribes. eventually. I don't know. I'm not very familiar with history. Although it greatly interests me. Skip this.
Despite centuries of uneasy existence,
Despite my continued attempts to silence you, you still speak. Alrighty. So here we are. We have the entirety of Ireland at our disposal. We have this army here. And let us check our diplomatic relations. We are friendly with our tribal brothers on the other side of the Isle. Other side of the Isle, on the other side of the channel here. We are obviously not very good friends with the Romans, obviously. Obvious. Alrighty, so this is our faction leader here. So what we're going to do is combine our troops here. Gonna do this. And as you can see, this is the political situation here, because what Attila did was it brought back family trees, which many people have been asking for quite some time. So we have our heir, we have a daughter, our wife is a priestess, so we're going to be having increased cultural conversion, which is fantastic. So my friend, are you a decent governor? What about you? What about you? Are you... Not necessarily. Champion writer, steadfast defender, merchant, commercial buildings for governed province. Well, I guess we're going to have to deal with you then. Yeah, let's go on ahead and build up the settlement here. Celtic levy, Celtic band, archers, Celtic brigands. So let's just get some more units of Celtic levy.
I have talked to a wise woman, and all speak of a treaty.
Moderate. Okay. I was going to try and see if I can get more money out of them, but nope. You on moderate, I don't try and push it too much, just because they'll reject it. So our first target is going to be Sagonitum here, which I believe is the representation of Wales. So we will be taking that summit, plus it'll give us the, well, I think it's lead right there. Public order is increasing, that is good.
Ready for battle. We need good fighters. Thirsty for battle.
But the main problem with this game for me really is the fact that there's not a lot of variety in terms of units for the different factions. Like pretty much every faction, pretty much every faction that is within Europe here is pretty much a barbarian faction, German faction. And then every rebel faction, or every liberated faction, which are like Gaul, Spain, that kind of thing, they're all Roman. And there's the Romans, and then, you know, there's all these different small numbers of African and, you know, whatnot. So there's just not a whole lot of variety in terms of units in this game, which upsets me a little bit. But, you know, it is what it is. I still have fun with this game, despite all that. So we're just going to finish up getting a full stack army. And then we will sail across the channel here and begin our assault against the town. So our first goal is to obviously conquer the Roman-controlled Britannia. We might turn against our friends up here, but just decree it. Celtic levy recruited. Good, good, good.
Warriors all! On the move, lads!
What we're going to do is we are just going to sail right over here and step onto land. Trespassing, of course, because fuck Rome. As you can see, Celtic paganism is declining as Latin Christianity is rising, mainly because the Romans are so good at their... Because basically the benefit of Latin Christianity is that it spreads rather quickly. And as you can see here, Celtic paganism, we gain +3 wealth from all buildings, all regions, and we have +1 integrity. Integrity is basically how much your men are loyal to you and whatnot. Not going to go over most of the features in this game just because it's, you know, that wouldn't be much fun, would it? And then we will have our first battle here. I still have high hopes for Total War Warhammer because it's going to have so many variety of units. Yes, declare war. We are going to fight this battle. Alrighty. So the Roman garrison is quite dwindled. They are heavily outnumbered against us. And the problem with Roman units is that they aren't very strong in terms to most barbarian units. But they are very good at holding their ground and holding a position very well. So, I mean, I've been able to hold off armies of this size that I have right here with this Roman garrison. Like, it's insane. Because basically what you do as the Romans, if you're in a situation like this, you basically cower in the town center, block all the exits, and have your cav kind of go around and do hammer and anvil charges, which are rear attacks. And then basically you just kind of go from there, really. Alrighty, so we have an avenue of attack here. We need to eliminate this tower. And then we can pretty much just march right up into the city center here without really taking too much attack from the other towers. That's what we're going to do. We're going to put our Celtic levy into a group. Going to put our... Nope. Let's put these guys... Can these guys be deployed outside? Oh, they can. So we'll put these guys kind of right there. Oh, I'm sure you will. You all will go here. Our Jav Cav can just kind of go over here. And of course our general, our king, could go there. Celtic warlord. So here we are. What's nice about the barbarian factions for Total War Attila is that they have, as you can see, women within the ranks here as well as men. Nice little touch. Nice little touch. So as you can see, like this lady here. And this lady here. This lady here. She's ready to fight, obviously. Alrighty. So we're just going to basically put you all in flaming shot, and you're going to burn the watchtower. Look at all that fire. As you can see. Uh-oh. Are they charging out? Oh, they're going to charge out. Alright, they're going to charge out. We need to move, 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 move.
The enemy approaches.
I see that.
We outnumber the enemy. Move in. Watch over us.
just took a couple pot shots at us there. Alrighty, so we are pretty much resoundingly beating the Romans here. Most of their units are being surrounded and outnumbered. They aren't going to really last very long against us. Some of their skirmisher marines got entangled with my Celtic band, and not really good for them. So let's watch this charge over here, as you can see. Death! Yes! Alright, so they're basically broken and running. Looks like their general's unit, a unit of Comanitense spears, is beginning to move out here. Looks like they're going to halt just short of the tower.
We'll kill them all! Kill, kill, kill! We hunger for blood and battle! Blood him out! Run, Cassio!
Alrighty, so we've pretty much beaten the Romans at this point. Their unit is now routing into my men, and they are going to suffer the consequences for it. And of course, one cannot have, are we going to see decapitation, ladies and gentlemen? There you go. Poor bastard. Didn't stand a chance. See if this guy gets killed here. Oh, that man just got stabbed. Yeah, and you'll also notice that some of the Roman units are also have like barbarians in them, like reformed barbarians, I guess. Ooh, right in the neck. Yeah, like this guy right here is a reformed barbarian. No, he's not. I can't tell if he is or not, though. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this watchtower on fire. The reason why we're burning this tower down is because this tower get a gross amount of kills if you just let it sit there and fire at your men. As you can see, it's firing at a numerous amount of my units right now. And what's nice about Total War Attila is you can actually, set the settlement on fire. And what this will do was it will actually demoralize the defenders. Which is fantastic. So what we're going to do is we're going to put on heavy shot here and wait for the tower to fall. Oh, there it goes.
Destroy the enemy tower! Warriors, move out!
We're gonna move up our swordsmen here. what we're going to do is we're actually going to move up just a tiny little bit. Make sure that we get nice and close. This heavy shot is, does, I believe it decreases the base damage. It increases reload time. But the closer we get with our archers, the more damage that our men will be inflicting. Because they're closer and we don't have to worry about silly things like ranged too terribly much. Alright, they're beginning to move. Quickly, start firing at them. Some of that heavy shot. So it looks like they're just going to try and charge at my archers here. To which, of course, I'm going to say, nay, nay. And they are now going to get a dose of Celtic Band in their life.
Move it! Fearless warriors! Move it! Warriors, eager for blood! Forward!
And here we go. Now the Romans are entirely surrounded by Celts. And now their numbers are going to start dropping. Look at that. Yes. Murder them all.
Praise the gods! Your victory is moments away!
And that pretty much just seals the deal for the poor little Roman defenders. Decisive victory. Didn't really take too many casualties. This unit right here did take a considerable amount of casualties. That's probably because they took the brunt of the charge. Or did most of the fighting. Plus, they were probably the unit that was getting targeted by their tower. So, we now have several options. We could liberate them and create the Britannic faction. We could loot and occupy. We could sack the city. We can occupy it. We're just going to go ahead and occupy.
Your next command?
We're just gonna tear that down. Go ahead and tear that down.
For the tribe!
Infantry commander. There are the Jutes. Perhaps you all would like a non-aggression pact. You would. Excellent. You're going to pay me for this. Alright, fair enough.
Sit, friend, and let us talk.
You want trade as
And let
well.
us
That's
have good wine until
wonderful.
we can talk no.
Good. Good.
Greetings, friend. We will speak
Franks,
together
come on now.
whatever you wish.
Don't have to be dicks. Alright, so we now got some trade with the Jutes going, which is good. Actually, you know what? We'll just repair it, actually. I mean, we're tearing this one down. It's a port, though, so I don't know. Alrighty, so we have, ooh,
I
what's
do
this?
not hold with the overlong talk, preferring the axis
They want
edge
to
as an argument.
marry off
So
their
listen
intelligent
and
daughter
then
to
agree.
to my heir. Alright, yeah, that's fine. Basically, they do that to kind of help solidify friendships and whatnot. Which is fine. My heir now has a very intelligent wife. Which is good for him. So our goal is to capture all this territory you see here. And hopefully none of our cousins, our northern Britannic cousins, are going to try and take any of this land. That would be rather disaster. Centuries of oppression and uncertainty have smothered the spirit of the Celtic people. but their glorious past, preserved in legend, provides the last glimmer of hope to a generation seeking a new beginning. At the ancient heart of the island, the young Ree departs, determined to discover the future in store for his people. He will find knowledge of it, or forge it himself. He can either head to the lake, where the black mirror of its surface reflects mankind's every secret, or he can go to the forest. The primordial trees promise life to the brave and death to the unwary. I've pretty much gone with the forest, so let's go to the lake and see what happens.
Ready for orders.
Can we not make our heir? Oh, we already have the maximum number of governors, I see. Okay. Fair enough.
Well met, friend.
You dare.
Greetings to you.
Franks are going to be a bunch of
Thirsty for battle.
butt munchers.
On the move,
I don't know where I came up with that word, I'm sorry. We're just going to fortify our position here. Don't think the Romans are going to send a force from down south, but now I'm kind of paranoid that they are. So we'll just camp out right there.
Get to work.
Sepios, you can become a better governor. There we go. Alrighty. Let's see what the Romans do in response to our taking of Wales. Looks like they have themselves a small army down in Corinium. Do need to keep an eye on that. They could try to grow that army into something more. Let's hope they don't. The Circle of Olam Ray. An old man sits at the bank. If this riddle is solved, he promises to give Ray the salmon of knowledge, a manifestation of every truth in the universe. I was an armed warrior. Now a bold young retainer covers me with gold and silver, and twisted coils of wire. Sometimes men kiss me. Sometimes I call close comrades to battle with my voice. As an armed warrior. Now a bold young retainer covers me with gold and silver and twisted coils of wire. Sometimes men kiss me. Sometimes I call close comrades to battle with my voice. A horn. So what we'll do is we will have our heir raise an army here. And cannot recruit anything. What's our garrison looking like here? Celtic spears. Nothing else really. Alright, so let's wait here a couple of turns so that way he can at least start to recruit some men. So start that research. Nania, what's our garrison looking like? Celtic warlord, Celtic spears, Celtic warbands, some skirmishers, and some mounted spear raiders. And then 2 light bow ships. Okay. I can actually upgrade these Celtic levy into Celtic spears, which they are quite better. They have a better charge bonus, a little bit less melee defense, a little bit higher attack, have higher health, more armor, higher morale, lower speed. Alrighty. I will retrain them all to Celtic spears.
Warriors all!
I can now assign a provincial governor. So let's go on ahead and do that to increase the rise of Celtic paganism. Oh, at least try to keep it on the rise. Because Lord forbid we have public order problems. Romans still aren't doing anything, which does tend to concern me a slight bit. Horn was correct. Yes. The old man hands the gleaming salmon over, but before Ree can take a bite, he is startled by the sight of a man perched in the branches of a tree. He claims he is a king cursed to live a half avian life and driven to leap from tree to tree at the slightest noise. Ignore them. The man is clearly insane, and now the Ree has a date with a fish. Or we can try to talk him down. Let's talk him down. Get him down from there.
Ready for orders. Ready for
Alright, I'm going to take a risk here and move out.
Get moving.
Attack Lindum here.
Ready for further orders.
Lay siege to the
take
town
this
real quick.
settlement for the tribe.
What I'll do, in case they decide to send some men here, I will just hire a small group of mercenaries here to help defend the town. And Legio, a upgraded unit from the swordsman that we encountered last battle. So let us fight this on the battlefield. And then after this battle, I'll go on ahead and cut the video off there. I'm curious as to whether or not the Romans are either going to come out and face me like they did in the last battle, or are they going to sit in the town? Very curious. Let's start deployment. So let's obviously begin by grouping our men once again.
Melee fighters ready. Missile armed warriors. Needed. As you say. Arrivo. We will pierce their hearts. You have our spears.
Oh, I see these guys have spear wall. That's fantastic.
They will bleed for us.
Hide these guys in the woods, along with these guys here.
Warriors eager for blood.
Actually, take a look at our brand new unit of Celtic spears. They do, for the most part, have more armor, it looked like. I guess if you want to consider having more clothes armor. Alright, let us begin.
Today, my brothers, we make history! Today, we sack these city walls and crush our enemy! This will be a great victory, my friends! One they will sing about for lifetimes to come! Spears ready! The enemy tremble before our superior numbers!
Looks like they might actually come out again.
Our general is under attack! Warriors, ready! Not to be led! Charge! Spears ready! Loaded! Archers! Yo! More content to go! We have sighted the enemy!
Looks like their cav are going to get successfully caught by my spears. They are... Yes, they have been caught. Excellent.
Spearmen! Ready for battle! Get ready!
Gonna move our general up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop, stop, stop.
You have our spears! Spears ready! Warriors, move out! Move out! Ready and eager!
So once again, the Romans are not going to really be able to stand against us. These men look like they're going after my Celtic band. I do not approve of that. Celtic band would like to say hi. Doesn't look like they're going to get caught. Looks like they're trying to go after my archers. And they're just going to run themselves in here. Yeah, they're just going to run themselves in there.
Missile armed riders! Forward! Attila! Infantry! We'll kill them all!
So my cavalry are now taking that tower over there.
Attila!
War cry that unit.
Fearless warriors! Their tower has fallen! Good news! Riders!
And it appears that we have somehow caught the settlement on fire.
Riders! Forward!
So as you can see, yeah, what happens is that the fire starts to spread throughout the settlement here. And it starts to, if you let it sit there and burn for a while, it actually demoralizes the enemy. Because they're like, oh no, our town is being burned by the filthy, ungreat barbarians at our gates. Whatever shall we do?
Spearmen! Kill! 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 The
Son of a-
enemy settlement burns!
Yep, it is on fire. Thank you for the astute observation.
We'll kill them all!
Once again, we are slowly but surely routing these men. And there we go. Victory is ours.
This is your day!
Indeed. Decisive victory once again. Not a very difficult fight. But if we had auto-resolved, it probably would have taken more units down lower health than what it should. But hey, that's what the auto-resolve does. is that in exchange for not having to fight the battle, the computer does it for you, and it just does stupid computer stuff with your units, so I suppose that's a fair trade-off. Once again, another part of Roman-occupied Britannia belongs to the Celts of Ireland. Just gonna occupy the settlement. Obviously gonna go with Ruin of Rome to increase our attacks against Romans. That's good. Take down this Latin baptistry, repair that. Let's kind of demolish that.
Ready for battle.
That's our next turn. Alrighty, so it appears Britain has become a faction. They are Greco-Roman paganistic. So as much as I would like to declare war against Britain, we're not going to just yet. It looks like the Jutes came over and attacked this settlement here, which is the settlement of that. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. And then they must have liberated it, which created the faction of Britannia. So they are militarily allied with the Jutes. So what we're going to do is we're going to just kind of be friendly with them for right now. And by friendly, I mean they're going to give us trade.
Your fine goods would be welcomed in our cities.
There we go. You're going to pay me for my fine goods.
Greetings.
Franks are still going to be butt munchers. That is the new name of the Franks for this campaign. They are officially now renamed the Butt Munchers. Because they're being assholes when it comes to a simple trade agreement. Alrighty, so we have a resounding success so far in our campaign. We have taken 2 Roman settlements. We have cut off Eboricum. that last part of the name. We've cut off this settlement from the rest of the holdings in Britain. The Romans still hold 3 parts, or 3 provinces. They still hold 2 walled settlements, Londinium, Eboricum, and this final village right here of Corinium. The Britons have now decided to appear, so we are going to wipe them out at some point, as Britain rightfully belongs to the Irish. And then, once we eliminate the Romans and push them off of Britannia entirely and shore up our defenses, we will move on to eliminate our brothers here. Either that or make them subservient to our will. Either or. So yeah, basically a rundown from the beginning of the video. What we're going to do is we're going to have a Total War Attila campaign, which we will continue to do. And then I will throw in some Minecraft videos and maybe even some World of Warcraft videos from time to time. I am going to be doing some Minecraft for sure this coming weekend. I might be able to do it on Wednesday night when I get off work, as I do get off a little bit earlier that day. So I'll see what happens. But until then, thank you all so much for watching. And each and every one of you are special, beautiful, and amazing in your own special way. And don't let anybody else tell you any different. This is War Master Yudi, signing off for now.